Okay, here we are in the town. Let's go talk to our friend. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Oh, I realized after I handed you the banner, I probably gave you the wrong impression. My husband's still in and out of consciousness. Doesn't look good. It's harder than I thought it would be, just not knowing. People telling me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Yeah, because Odd and Leaf are both boys' names. Strong woman. What does that even mean? People look up to you. Well, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. Damn, girl. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it for a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Huh. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. Look, it's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? What happens when someone thinks they can take advantage of us? I think this is what has to happen. Oh. Have you always been this talkative, Rook? Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder. She heads back to the camp. Okay. Let's go to the hero's tent. I was going to say hall, but... Grunts in approval. Grunts in protagonist. Okay. Hugen. Look at all these injured fuckers. Alright. Ivor. Level up, my boy. And let's level up his strength 2 times. And then Trygve, man, dodge that shit. Seriously, because God knows. There we go. Put up his exertion, get him that dodge ability. That's what I wanted. Yep. Okay, anybody else? Oh my god, the little idling animation, the little hair and the eye movement. So good. So good. Okay, cool. And then put Eagle back in, I guess. And Alette instead of Rook for the time being. Just because they need some time to heal. I guess I can rest one day while we're here, right? I can't buy anything else though, so. Okay. Onward. Yeah, I think some of the stuff from the first game or the second game got put into this game for this version. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stopped to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. Well, you recognize this place, one man says. We spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Good luck. Kin is kin. Do what you must to protect them. The man claps you on the shoulder, and the fighters depart. Complaints of Raffensvarter's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time, the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled a snag canvas, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on the wagon and Raffensvarter's leg before leading him to you. God damn. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Raffensvarder groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Raffensvarder manages to find another drink, whether you allow it or not. We're almost there, though. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering toward you. Looking not entirely sober, he screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensvarder. Banish the drunkard. The man's meager belongings and some food are thrown in a pile as everyone moves on. He's tied loosely to a tree. You expect he'll break his bonds eventually when he sobers up. Please! I swear! He pleads to your back, finally realizing his plight. Whether the dredge were imagined or not, you don't expect to see him again. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
I want more voice acting. The voice acting is so good. I want all the characters to be voice acted. Want it. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being led into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotsbalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain Frostvellir has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Where else could we go? Let's lay low. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gather around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way in before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it. Just push really hard. I love him. Okay, so now I can actually, like, buy some more shit. God, the choice is, do I buy an item? Do I not buy an item? It's also good, though. Like a +3 to strength. Attacks never deflected. Ugh. Horse score. Shoes made from the hooves of horseborn. +1 move, +10 dodge strength attacks. Namade's ring. I want to buy them. I'm going to buy that obsidian ring. I don't care. I did it. I did it. It's done. Okay. Now, let's make... Who should we make more strong? Ivor? He's already kind of a tank. Oh, he's the only level 3 anyway, so yes, it has to be him. Perfect. Okay, and then, I guess rest a day? Because I did buy extra stuff. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in the Great Hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Aled. We could help them. Egil pulls you aside. I followed the outside of the city walls, and there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but if a handful of us get in, we might open the gates from the inside. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the wounded, the sick, and noise. Ugh, God. Let's tend to the wounded. Alette and Oddleaf spend the day, along with the others in your caravan, treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman in the city they've been sending carts with food around. could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. Leave the food cart alone. I don't want to get involved if others are going to suffer. The rest house is overflowing with refugees. I kind of just want to settle in. Like, I don't want to fuck up the, like, I don't want to make other people suffer. I don't want to break the doors down or whatever because I don't want to force my way in. We can't weaken ourselves, right? I'm going to settle in for the long haul. After a long day of argument, you finally agree to dig in with the other refugees if you have to. Are you sure there's no other option? Asks Ivor. Sooner or later, the dredge will come. Probably sooner. All we can do is be ready. Honestly, like yeah. Chapter 3. Little did they sleep. All right. Oh shit, we're coming back. All right. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. What's that, muesli? Extra supplies, too. You perk up, just now realizing Mogur's been talking to you. Since Vogner died, everyone's been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon? I heard you. I was saying, the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take a lackey of his to watch over his property. A man named Eirik? Eirik. I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it, unless he wants to Dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that's wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Ludin makes his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road or do your job and slaughter some Dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. I keep thinking that Ludin is like Luda, like ludicrous, and that's all I can think of now. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them we don't stop until Schlid is retaken. I'm glad to hear it. Give the word, and we'll set off. Ludin narrative dissonance. Ludendorff. Loot and plunder. Loot and plunder. Alright, let's check out. You knew him well, didn't you? Vognir? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use some help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogur's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. I love him so much. I love the idea of a party, like a party scribe. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Yeah, it really, really does remind me of the Black Company. Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get. Naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in growth. I'm collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumar is close, I think, but the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am, but... The Scrivener gestures around him, as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Yeah, I like that we're Hakon now. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery baron for Jorundr now. Can't remember half what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence. Don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't. Get some rest. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen anything like this before. I kind of hate how dialogue flows in these games, where it's like a fist, right? Like the two characters are having a conversation, and you go out to the end of one finger, and then you come back to the fist, and you go out to the end of another finger, and you just keep stretching your fingers out. But that's not how a real conversation works, right? We don't have conversational hubs. Conversation flow and change, and you only really get one shot at the thing that you're gonna say. I kind of don't like that. It's like, you'll notice I always resist. I always want to be like, okay, we're done with the conversation, because conversation should be like a branch, not like a web. In my mind, anyway. That's not how it works in real life. It just feels like a game feeding me lore when it does that. And this is absolutely not the first game to do that, but it just feels like the dialogue stops being natural when you do the hand method instead of the line. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! Get some rest. We've more to do tomorrow. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Yeah, I mean, I get that it's harder to script that way, but you know me, I want a game where you do something once and you never get a chance to go back. Give me a game where a conversation is one line straight through. If I don't choose to make an option, take it away from me. I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Mogr, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No. We should be alright. Things could get rough, though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him, even more than us. Although, I have to wonder. Nah, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors. You worry about not doing something stupid. It's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Vognir? I'd rather not say, Hakon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that it gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better you let me worry about it. He thinks that the prince did something. I don't think Hakon could let this go. Tell me, how did Vognir die? He ran into Dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? He probably didn't. But Damn it. We should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. Heavy. Heavy. Alright, Gunulf. Also, Eirik, get in here. Get in the party. Fuck yeah, Gunulf. Max that strength. There we go. Big boy. Bite hammer. Welcome back. All right, let's go. Yeah, what I try to do with conversations in this game is I finish them when I'm finished with them, rather than dig through every single option. I try to keep myself interested in the game with the pacing. Like, I know that if I read every single path of every single conversation, I would get bored and I wouldn't be having fun anymore. So I just kind of pick the things that I'm interested in and I leave the rest behind. Look at that, says Moger. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen, though. We could just easily pass them by as a rush up there to slaughter them. That's a dozen dredge heading to Strand, he says. You don't ask him when you start to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. Moger, send some warriors to take care of it. Will do. Hopefully they'll be able to catch back up to the caravan. He rushes off to find some volunteers. Ludin and his men are not asked. You return to travel. Hakon! You can hear Ludin's hard-booted trot as you set up camp the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way. Am I right? You're not wrong. Then listen carefully. Don't assume only Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim, the banner of Arborang. I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter, and ready for more. Whatever you like, Prince. And, well, I expected more resistance. From Vognir, maybe. They tell me you were his, kinder. That's why you keep stealing things from Lord Soth and Raceland. That's why you're in charge now? Some sort of next of kin Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? Hake on me, hake on me, hake me on. That doesn't mean I care about what happens to you. You'd better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Ludin looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. Yeah, Hakon and eggs. You've gotten some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion allows you to add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star? Upgrading to 3 lets you add 3 damage to every attack. Remember, each stat is equally important. Choose wisely. Who dis? Irsa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards Ludin's tent. No. Here for you. Oh? Can we talk? Irsa shakes her head no, a smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those 2 curiously contradictory words, you get 2 impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice, and this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. You're Ludin's bodyguard? No. He's mine? Before you have a chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You're his personal guard, though. Her expression changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Luden? Luck. Well, it's about the flaming arrows. Varl and fire don't get along. If you're going to use them. She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly a bird combusts in a tree behind you and falls to the ground smoldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. Well, this has been fun. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Yrsa. Hey, Con. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart. Not quite sure what to make of that. Damn, she's fucking cool. Feeling it. You have a moment. As you approach Bercy, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book reading type. You're Bercy. Whoa. You're Hagon. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you. By fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Not anymore? I've had lots of jobs. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends on what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself, and you'll figure it out. Does Luden understand that? Luden doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. I love his black horns. What's a Varl doing working for Luden? What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? Looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor. Don't get Luden killed. He's important to you. No. But that's one way to put it. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Luden alive. Got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of a threat behind that gravelly request. Wait, you don't hold your axe like it's a precious baby? You just clutch it to your chest? My beloved axe. My precious. Cool. All right. Well, let's boogie because there's no more hero stuff to do, right? Yeah. Look, there's Yrsa. Slag and burn. The siege archer throws a 5-tile area of slag on the ground, which explodes immediately. Targeted tile takes damage. Adjacent tiles take 2. It also leaves randomly placed burning coals. Damn. Okay. And then she gets puncture. Right? Standing still. Shoots up a... Yeah, okay. And then Bercy's a Warhawk with Tempest and Heavy Impact. Nice. Alright, we're gonna leave. You overhear a conversation while marching alongside the warriors. I'm happy to stomp some slag as much as the next Varl, but I didn't join up to take orders from Hakon, says one. Apparently he doesn't realize you're within earshot. Not willing to die for him either. Threaten them loudly, blindside him, challenge him to a fight, or make your presence known. They know, okay, they already know me, they know I'm a good fighter. I don't need to prove that I'm a good fighter. Maybe I'll just, like, let him know I heard. Not sure Vogner would have been happy to hear that, you growl loudly. The Varl flinches as you walk past. In the distance, you can hear his friends laughing at his misfortune. I don't think the right thing to do is challenge him because my advisor said, like, they know you're a good fighter already. And all that would prove is that all I can do is fight. A small gathering of tents come into view, a group of merchants from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We were camped out at the Godstone ahead, one tells you, leaving an offering to Dangler, as one does. Dredge started appearing out of nowhere. Some of us stayed. I thought the Godstone would be safe, but damned if I know why. We've been dodging them ever since. Do you have anything to trade? Not much. Anything of value we left at the Godstone. I've never seen this many Varl in one place. We'll have to deal with those Dredge. We could part with some supplies, if you need them. I'll give them freely. Clearing the road's more than we could ask. My wife's brother stayed at the Godstone. You'll know him by a necklace with many gold rings. If you see him, say we're safely in Strand. Alright. The caravan slows unexpectedly. Word travels down the line, then to Mogre, who tells you, Dredge know we're coming. Probably saw us back at Vaderfell and at their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we plotted into them, but we saw them first. Dredge watch you, waiting to see what you do. When's the last time you commanded a few hundred, Hakon? Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. When you come across more enemies, this is cool. When you come across more enemies in your party can handle, you engage in war. Give your army orders to fit the situation, but prepare to get your own hands dirty too. By making battle easier for yourself, you end up with higher casualties, or you can take the burden on yourself with a harder battle, but save more lives. If you're ever desperately outnumbered, it may be best to run. Dredge line the battlefield. Weapons drawn. A fight seems inevitable. There must be at least 477 of them. Jesus! You have 185 fighters and 456 Varl at your side. Even from here, you see nervous glances among the enemy ranks. A good chance to press your advantage. Charge! You blow the charging horns! You consider taking your trusted allies and leading the charge, battering the enemy. It will throw you into the thick of battle, where fighting is the most dangerous, but a strong charge can save lives. You gather your allies and tell them to be ready to lead the attack.